both the things, the balance of work and family, and also the distractions. So I'll come to the first one. If you love your work, they say do work. If you love your work, then you can overdo it. You can, because you love it, so you want to keep doing it. But you also have a family and you have these obligations, and you have to kind of. So I told myself that I am a writer, but that's not all I am. I will never be, even though it's exciting, it's intoxicating to be introduced with videos and giant screens and things like that. That's not what I'm all about. I need to be a dad to my kids too, and they don't care if I'm being introduced like this or I'm chief guest or not. For them, I'm just dad. They're not going to treat me like a chief guest. So I think I try to balance that out. And in terms of distractions, it's hard. The phone is the biggest one. So I would say, if you want one tip, reduce your screen time. Check your screen time. Have the guts. Go on your phone and check your screen time. And then cut it. 20%, 30%. I think that will help a lot. If that just one distraction you can manage, you'll realize that suddenly there is so much time in the day. I obviously like the fact that it has worked out so well for me, my field that I loved. But at the same time, I don't let it go to my head. I don't know how to say it. That's just the best way to say it. I don't let it go into my head. If I start thinking that that's just my brand, my introduction, my resume, my work, it's my brand. It's not Chetan Bhagat the person. It's Chetan Bhagat the writer, which is a brand. And that separation in my head helps me remain normal. That separation in my head, makes me feel normal when I'll finish this webinar and I'll take a shower and I'll wear normal clothes, and it's okay. So I think yes, I feel very content, but at the same time I have to be continuously careful to not let it go to my head. And that's why I've been able to keep on doing new work. Every time I do work, I begin as a learner. I don't, so that's the issue. I feel like I don't want it to go to my head. There's this magazine that was being launched, and it's not like we had computers or anything. Like you just send an email to everyone or put a Facebook post that this magazine is being launched. Literally everybody in school had to be communicated that we're launching a magazine. Now you can't launch a magazine without articles. So teachers, always the poor teachers who get the job, right? So the teachers were given the responsibility to go to the students and tell them to write articles. Again, we had no computers or anything, right? So write the articles by hand, and obviously it's extra work. So who wants to do it? So I still remember my grade 5 teacher, she came and she scolded us. And she said, "Hey, all of you, we are starting this magazine. Why aren't you writing articles? Write something." It was like that. I said, okay, I'll write a joke. I don't remember that joke. It was probably a very silly joke, like grade 5 joke. So I wrote a joke and I just scribbled it. I didn't have very good handwriting. I just wrote it and I gave it to her. And this is the first time in my life I'd actually ever written something which was obviously not just in my classwork notebook. I written something like creative. So I wrote a joke and I gave it to her. And then I forgot about it. It's not a magazine that just came the next day. I think it came after 1 or 2 months. 2 months later, I got a magazine. Everybody was given the magazine in school. All grades, different children have written articles in it and all that. I am searching. Is my joke there? Is my joke there? Is my joke there? And obviously my joke was there. But since it's a joke, it was like a tiny footnote at the end of an article, right? And but the joke was there and it said Chetan Bhagat, class 5A. Now at that time, the generation I am from, you never saw your name in print or in that print font. I think sir and ma'am may relate to that era. Nowadays, you just type your name on the phone or print out or whatever. You see your name printed. The only way you wanted to see your name written was handwriting. But printed in a magazine, Chetan Bhagat, it was in a footnote joke. But to me, it was like, oh my God, like I have made it in life. I'm somebody, you know. I obviously there was no, I couldn't take a picture and send it to the family WhatsApp group like what people do today. I literally kept the magazine. I took it to all my relatives' houses one by one, and I like bookmarked it, and I showed that this is me and this, and it was a high. I never felt that high when I got. I mean, I felt good when I got marks in science. I felt good when I got like good marks in maths or English or whatever. But that high was something else. To see Chetan Bhagat printed. Okay, this is Chetan Bhagat who used to wear little shorts and a shirt, and like I was maybe 10, 9, I don't know how old I was. And that began the journey. Then I started contributing to the magazine in school, in grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sometimes I sent when I was older, then I went to college. There I started contributing. In IIT also we had a magazine. We had a BSP called Board of Student Publications, and I started contributing short stories and things like that. As you get older, I got some courage and I started sending some. It's still there, but it used to be very popular then, called letters to the editor. In newspapers. So if you, we used to be taught this in school, how to write a letter to the editor. So you read the newspaper and you react to some article and you send a letter to the editor. And then some of those letters are printed. So I thought in college, let me try and do this. And I did that. And I actually got my letter printed in newspaper. That was like newspaper. So not just school magazine, college magazine. And that again gave me another high. And then I kind of went and finished my college, started working in a bank. And that was that. I started working. And what the funny thing I found was, not just me, all my batchmates, you can say, from college, everybody gave up their extracurriculars. Then I realized why these were called extra. Because extra means it's not something you put on your resume so much. And once you start working, if you're in a bank, my friends who played basketball no longer played basketball. My friend who used to paint or make posters for the school exhibition no longer made posters because now he's working in a bank. And Chetan Bhagat, the great joke teller in class 5, was working in a bank. And that's, my boss didn't want me to be funny or do anything. And extracurriculars stopped. And I thought, okay, so is this what extracurriculars are about? Is this what this dancing and singing and all this, is it only till school? Is it till college? Is it to maybe get a college admission? Is it to get a job admission? I don't know. And then you stop because you're in a bank or in a multinational or whatever. I thought that doesn't seem right. I thought, no, that's not right. Because I was feeling something is missing in my life. When I was in college, I also not only contributed to magazines and all, like the college magazine, I also wrote plays. I directed plays. It was all writing related stuff, but I kind of kept it going, and then it went to zero. And I said, that doesn't feel right. And something is missing in my life because it became a part of me and it made me happy. It wasn't that I was writing to, I don't know, build up my resume or impress anybody. I used to like it and I had stopped. So I said, luckily for writing, you don't need a basketball court, right? You don't need a tennis court. So writing you can do anywhere. So I started writing. I started writing about my college. I wrote my first book, which was actually literally the story of my college, 5 Point Someone, which then became 3 Idiots. And I wrote it, and of course, there's a whole journey on how the book was not getting published, and it took many years, but it got published, made history. Then the movie came, and the movie made history. But if Chetan Bhagat in class 5A had not written that joke, if that teacher had not come to class and scolded us and said, all of you better give articles for the magazine, I wouldn't be the chief guest at your function today. Bizarre, isn't it? So who knows who will come out of Indian School Talent Fest? That is why there is a Talent Fest, guys. To find yourself, to discover something about you, to let you express yourself, to build something in you, not just, oh my God, they're telling us to take part now, I better take part. oh my god, why are they doing this in Corona time? Oh my god, what will this all mean? I better study for my test. No, you never know where life will take you. And that was never the idea. I was not doing it that it will take me somewhere. It did take me somewhere, and that is amazing. And I know I'm an exception. But even before it took me anywhere, I still wrote that book while in the bank, right? I didn't know this book is going to take me anywhere. I still spent 2 years doing it. Why? Because it made me happy. Art makes you happy. Creativity makes you happy. Doing things that you have a talent for makes you happy.